Well, I finished watching Trump's State of the Union address a couple of minutes ago. I watched it live, and my reaction to it was remarkably somber. I actually found a couple of things I enjoyed, namely his mentioning of the various immigration policies that he wants to enact or just wanting to address that topic. The mentioning of the various deaths we've had from drug overdoses and just various other drug related deaths. So I was very appreciative of that. Now I'll be the first to admit, maybe if I was in a slightly better mood, I'd be able to kind of go through and just hammer at several points. But it contained enough of the basic skeleton of what I dislike about speeches that are formally written. Where and it's this has been the case with many politicians, so isn't exactly just him that I have a problem with. There will be something that is said that will later be found out by either PolitiFact or various other people who just have the kind of minds to go back and say, hey, look, this wasn't true. I actually had people around me that were saying that while watching this. And in that chamber, while the speech is going on, you get this round of applause. They will cheer on things that are inaccurate or lies or whichever way that you want to interpret them. And one of the biggest gripes I've had with these addresses is when they invoke someone's name. Like he talks about the guy that went to North Korea. I think it was Otto Warmberger. And people clapped. They go, oh, he's remembering him. But think about it. If you want to really remember someone's sacrifice, someone's passing, someone's unfortunate demise, you enact things which stop that from happening. North Korea has a hostile relationship with the U.S. as it stands. At a hostile relationship when that happened. One would think you would de-escalate that tension to where people from both countries can go to each other's different country and not have problems with each other. So when he mentioned that, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Also, the various stories he'll talk about, this person went through this. He actually mentioned this one man who, I think it was CJ, that was involved with some effort. And as it's being told, there's always this artificial sense of, why does this need to be invoked? And it's not to say that people don't serve as good examples of various things that have happened, but we live in a country where there's, thousands and millions of people that are not going to have that story resonate with them. You have to address the broader topic without solely focusing it on that one person, because hearing about that agent, while it's impressive to know that a person dealt with, various threats on their lives, it still is not conducive to just speaking about what your administration is going to do for that issue of what he was combating. So I think the speech in its entirety was filled with too many platitudes, too many little, we're going to focus on this person and relate their story to this, grander thing. I'm tired of that. And that was something that Trump's rhetoric, other than that Kate Steinle thing he kept bringing up, that case, was devoid of. It didn't talk about one person. It would say, there is a group that is this way, a group that's that way. We're going to address that part of the group by, praising them, and the other part by, maybe sometimes lambasting or doing something in relation to them that is conducive to creating change. And his, I wish my mind was not in 50 other places, but yeah, I was not a fan of it. I didn't expect to like it that much. I can only hope that we get one that doesn't have the problems I had with the because the speech itself isn't necessarily the problem. It's what I know is going to follow it. You have a base that is going to continue to ignore something that has been going on through past administrations, which is income inequality, and persist in saying Trump is doing this, he's bringing jobs back, and then you explain to them, this isn't going this way, and you'll be the first to admit it didn't go that way under Obama, it didn't go that way under Bush. This is not an issue for that party. This isn't, oh, I hate Republicans, the narrative. It's something that is conducive to both parties and a certain type of politician that Trump has transformed into, or always was, since winning the election, or before winning the election. And they just won't hear it. So I feel as if at this point I've kind of hit my rhetorical wall, and I'll subside. And I might break it down a little bit more tomorrow. We'll see what happens.